the new driving facility that they put in last year, the driving range. Lovely open field to hit into, and as you can see down there in the distance, a couple of people warming up in the chipping area. But you can play up to about 110 yard shot in there. Really nice little facility there. Yeah, full trackmans in there. I believe there is 8 bays. And just behind the range, as you can see, looks lovely now. It's all the weathered, all the wood. But just behind the range is some really high-class croquet lawns, if anyone ever fancies that. Not my bag, but could be someone's. And a couple of absolutely amazing tennis courts, really, really good surfaces. Basically like an indoor court, US Open style. So if you ever fancy tennis as well, could be the club for you. New putting green that got put in. Lovely little putting green. Still yet to mature, so it's not quite the same as the greens, but it's very nice. And here we are walking up to the first tee box. So touchscreen facility on the first. Work out your handicap based on the tees that you play off. I play off 3.3, which means off the blacks I play off 4, off the oranges I play off 2, and this time of year it's always the oranges, so 2 it is today. So here we are on the first. Pretty straightforward hole actually. I'll talk to you about the course when I go round. A few improvements still going on, so there's a few GURs. But yeah, the course is in fantastic condition, as you can see. Very green, hilly course, but a beautiful course to play on. So, hope you enjoy this insight. Just up the left-hand side. You ideally want to go up there a little bit. So as we walk up the first, there's all the GURs on it because they're putting in a big bunker there. You can just start to see the top of the second bunker. So that will catch a lot of people out because the whole hole, as you can see, slopes that way. Hit a shortish one, sort of 200 yards. These might catch you out. And then there's another one over there for the bigger hitters. That will catch a good one that leaks right out, which will leave you a 100-yard shot into a green out of a fairway bunker. Not too bad, but certainly wasn't there before. So this was a big wide open hole on a short, relatively easy par 4. So that'll be a good challenge come next year when they're ready. So as you can see, I've come up here on the left. In the summer, this will all be cut down into a fairway, but at the minute it's a first cut, so I've caught up in it on the left. But I've just got 122 yards left, so I've got a pitch and wedge. It is cold, so this may be a tad short, but that's my usual summit distance, 125 to 130 yards. So let's ideally leave it a touch short, so we have an uphill putt. Great, that's it. Oh, that nearly hit the flag. Walking up here. Greens look fantastic this time of year. Told you it nearly hit the flag. Oof, that had been coming straight at it. I think quite lucky not to hit the flag, because if that would have, that would have gone rocketed off somewhere. I am a flag out guy. Once you've had one bounce out, never leave it in again. Very soft greens today. The incredibly wet weekend with Storm Bert that's just gone past. But greens are looking lovely. Furry, so a little bit slower than normal, but good for this time of year. A nice birdie putt. Lovely. 1 under through 1. This can never end well. Let's go. Second hole here, which is one you're either going to love or hate when you play. But nice raised tee box, up some steps. Beautiful hole. As you see, shares ladies, men's and all tee boxes here. Well, we shouldn't say ladies, it is blues, oranges and blacks. So ability tees, I'm a firm believer in ability tees, is if you're not scoring, go forward. So fairway goes off up there, dog leg right, and the green is through over the top of those trees. I certainly can't hit it far enough to get over those. Some people can, but not me. So 260 to that back bunker, which is ideally where you want to be aiming for. If you hit straight at that, there's a lot more room than what you think up there, and it goes off to the right. So keeping this close to the trees, but not too close so you go in them, because it's a hazard all down the right. That is a straight pull. That did not fade and cut round the corner. So that drive was absolutely centred, but double cross. The dreaded. Although it's not a bad miss on this hole. Left is fine. In the winter it's a bit damp over this left hand side. Seems to be a spring coming out the farmer's field on the other side. But if it's plugged, it's obviously a pick and replace. At the minute round here, it is a pick and replace in fairways only, which I think is fair enough for winter golf, because if there's any mud or moisture or grass on the ball and you've hit the centre of the fairway, it's a bit of a punishment. And let's be honest, we're not World Tour pros here. Trying to enjoy the game, not shoot 10, 12 under like they can possibly do. We're just out here, working people, trying to enjoy golf. So I'll be somewhere on the bank over there. I'll switch it around so you can actually see this hole. It's a big wide open fairway, which I've missed by a mile. Landing pad just over there. If you can get around that corner, that's great. Gives you a really, really short iron into what can be playing as a hard par 4, or easy if you get a fantastic drive away. I didn't get a fantastic driveway, so I'm going to have a longer shot in, out the rough, and on this bank here somewhere. Let's see where it is. It is on top of this bank. It's a good distance. So if that had been fairway, I've come almost level with the corner of the ditch. That would have gone around the corner lovely. Hit into the green. As you can see there, a beautiful green over a stream which just runs along there. So coming over here, I've got 174 yards. Pin's pretty central, front to central on the left hand side. Ball isn't sitting great, so I'm taking a 6 iron, and if I come up short, not a horrific problem. There's actually an uphill shot there is good, but more important to have a good contact here than anything. Very good contact. just short, just over the bunker on the right. Didn't quite catch everything, but quite a good contact. So out the rough, can't complain. Only just over this bunker, but it was out the rough, so there wouldn't have been any spin on that, getting that carry on there. So front edge rod I've been happy with, because I wouldn't have wanted to go long. But got to chip and run this over there. All uphill, let's get it there. Taking a picture wedge over, I'm going to go bump and run on this one, I think. Six feet, not too bad. Cleaning your ball. Not your balls, they should be clean already. Clean your ball. Get all water residue off. 6 footer, slightly uphill. Right to left. Should break about half a cup, roughly. See if it takes the break. Oh, snapped. Bogey. Not a bad hole to have a bogey on, to be fair, with it missing where I did. No one likes a bogey though, no one. Little walk over the road. That would be the usual black tee box. Really horrible little area worn up there where people keep taking trolleys on. Why they would when there's a path just here, God knows. But that's the black tee box normally. Lovely hole, because then it's really closed off the hole. You can't drive it. It's a short par 4, whereas the oranges and the blues are over here. Here we are. This should be 2 good shots, give you a really good birdie chance. But all about getting that drive as far down there as possible, so you can have a little chip on. That is good. Just on the left hand side of the fairway, which is ideal because you're aiming away from the pond. So as I said, I've been playing golf for just 2.5 years now, so I've really surpassed what I think was possible. Got down to 3.3. My lowest handicap I got was 2.7. That was on a really hot run in the summer. Had a couple of level par rounds in there, so it rocketed the handicap down, but just creeping up slightly now, but still shooting in the 70s, which is fantastic. So like I said, surpassed what I'd ever thought was possible. I'd have been just quite happily being out here, because to be honest, even playing now, all I want to be out with here was with my mates, playing people, matches, friendly games in the glorious sunshine like now. Look at the blue sky, and just enjoying golf. Really, Hamptworth is a beautiful course for that. I started playing at a place called Dudsbury near Ferndown. I'm from Bournemouth, so it's about a half an hour drive to here to Hamptworth, but it's such a cruise. Straight at the dual carriageway through the New Forest and just cruise here. Highly enjoyable. And yeah, golf was a thing for me to really help my physio work I was working on, because I had a big old accident back in 2005, got run straight through by a car. How I'm still here today, I don't know, because it was a big one. But got away with just a broken pelvis and back, a few ribs and things like that. But yeah, it's certainly helped my mobility, my mental health. Getting out and about with friends feels amazing. So yeah, great game if you want to get out and about and you're highly competitive with sports. So actually I've cleared the end of the fairway. There's the end of the fairway, just there. Cleared the end, not the world's worst. Realistically, probably should only be hitting a 3-wood this time of year. But short shot into the green, probably 65 yards, so not too much of a problem missing the rough. Little bump and run up there. See if we can get another birdie. We've got 73 yards actually to the flag. Ball significantly above my feet. Might have to We've just taken a little 56-degree chip, really. Back foot it. All about ball first in this. Has to be ball first. Just a touch long. A little bit skinny. Nothing too bad. Landed there. Skipped forward a lot further than I wanted, obviously, because it came in a bit thin. But lovely. Very dewy green, this one, because as you can see, the sun is behind all these trees, never really hits it all day. So it's been a very cold day today. It's currently 5 degrees, so chilly. Flag out, always. So usually this would be quite a quick putt, because it's downhill, right to left. But this is, with the dew, it is a frost this morning. This should be a lot slower than normal, because this is soaking wet. But certainly not looking to blast this past the hole. Right to left. On a dry green, probably a foot outside. Maybe a touch less today. As I said, slow. Good line. Slow. Everyone loves tapping pars. Still even par. Can't complain, that's good golf. So usually we are playing from back here, which plays, if I'm honest, quite a brute of a par 4, because it can play up to about 230 yards. But in the winter, so blacks would have been where I was stood. Oranges tend to be about here before the pond. But they've moved the oranges up to this spare tee box for now. And one thing you'll notice through the winter at the minute, they're trialling this year, all the par 3s off mats, which I quite like. Seems to be people still taking divots, which is disgusting when it's been banned. But yeah, off a mat, protect it a bit. And it's all for the good of next year. So get to spring. But what a view. Look at the sky, stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's playing 172 yards, pinned right at the back. Uphill, so there's about another 5 yards on that. And it's cold, so probably another 5 yards on that as well. So I am hitting a 6-iron, trying to hit a 180 shot. If it gets just to the middle of the green, that's good. Is this going to be enough club in this? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be enough club. It's got to be a good contact. Lovely strike. Can't see it yet. Oh, yeah, no. I knew I went over the bunker. Middle of the green. So yeah, to get right back there, I probably would have needed a 5-iron in this cold. I'm not the biggest hitter in the world, but I hit it nice sometimes. Yes, I know what you're saying. My swing looks awful. I'll be the first to admit. It's not the prettiest, but it's pretty damn effective. Swing your swing, guys, swing your swing. Right, big old putt this one. Even from this distance, I will take the flag out. I can see the hole. So we've got 48, 50 foot here. Really decent length putt. So instead of thinking, oh, I must make birdie, my thought process here is always just try and get a 2-putt. Try and get it within 2-3 feet. And if it drops, amazing. So my emphasis here is more on distance than line. I know it's going to be pretty straight, roughly. So it's 50-foot putt. Get it close. What have I left it? 3 to 4 feet away. Kind of happy with that uphill putt. Gone just beyond, but nothing crazy. It's a good hole. If you can just get par on this, you feel like you've gained a shot. And she goes, par. You have a shorter par 4, but 2 hazards here. Out of bounds, all down the left, and you will not find your ball if you go in there. On the right ahead, you'll probably see just a bunker. That is a big fairway bunker, which is about 140 yards into the green. You don't really want to be in that. So distance isn't needed on this one. It is accuracy, put it in the fairway, and just get a good one away. Put it in the fairway somewhere. Give yourself a shot. So I take a 3-wood here, typically. Not in summer. Summer I'll be hitting probably a 4-iron or a 5-iron. Try and hit a good straight one. And that is arrow straight. My miss is a fade, so that bunker's dangerous for me. And there we go. Fairway found. As I said, if I fade that, it's in that bunker. If I don't, it must be very soft down here because it's gone this short. I'd usually get another 20 yards out of that, but that's an additional bunker, which if you haven't played here in the last, well, this year, 2024, you would never have seen that. That's new. Same as the first. The first bunkers will probably look like that. Nice complexes in them. Beautiful. And this, to me, is the best looking hole to hit into in spring because those rhododendrons come right out from behind. Beautiful green to hit into. 2-tier green, tough green. Pin looks right on the ledge as well, so it's either just short or get it up there. So I've got 144 yards. Winter rules. That is dirty and wet. Not too dirty, just a little bit where it's a bit damp this morning. Or was this morning. What time is it now? 10 past 1. Have to do some work at some point. So, yeah. 144 yards. I've got an 8-iron. Not bothered if I'm a touch short here either, because then it'll be an uphill putt up the little ridge. But a good one should get back there for me. It's about 145 yard shot for me in this cold. Called it a bit necky, didn't quite make the green. Not the best of contacts, a bit necky like I said, so took a lot off of it. But bad shot never gets me down. Basically all it drives me to do, and it's probably one of the reasons why my handicap's as low as it is, because I don't think I'm the best ball striker out there by any means, but keep a ball in play. Very rare you'll see me hit a hero shot. Very rare, unless it's a comp and I have to. Put a ball in play. I walk up to the next. I've just come up short of the green. I've got a difficult chip here to get it close. But I'm positive my chipping's good. That I can get this within a few feet and hopefully have a tap in par. Who knows, might even chip it in. I've had a few of those recently. So let's see. As you can see, only just landed short. It spun back a touch, skipped up onto the fringe and spun back. So not horrific. But yeah, look at the greens, how gorgeous they are this time of year. We're towards the end of November. What a beautiful course. As always, I still love flag out. I can see that hole, I know where it is. In fact, just in case we get a little right. There. Right on the ridge. So if I come at short, it stops quick. But this is a bump and run for me. Get it running up the slope. Little pitch and wedge bump and run, heavily uphill. And right at the hole, it'll stop really, really quickly because it's right on that ridge. Let's see what we can do. Clean your grooves, keep them clean and dry. Oh, stay. Huge emphasis on putting as well. You've done all the hard work to get here. Make the putting count. Take your time, read it, clean your ball. Give yourself the best chance. You've got here. This is for a par save. Yes, I might not make it, but I want to make this. The difference between getting your handicap down and not. Straight in the centre of the cup, par. You feel like you've saved a shot. Scoring well. Off to the next. As I said, it's a beautiful walk at this course. It is just, I feel like you're walking in the woods all the time. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous course to play at. And I'm incredibly glad I joined. So I've been a member here now since October 2023. Got no intentions of leaving. And over the next couple of years, there'll be even more improvements. They're doing everything constantly. The greenkeepers do a brilliant job here. And if you want an all year round course, this is the one because the drainage is amazing. So we're in the middle of November, everywhere flooded in Bournemouth. Literally Storm Bert annihilated everything. And I'm out here playing, it's completely fine. Bit soft, not wet in any way, but bit soft, that's it. That's as bad as it gets. And if for whatever reason it's absolutely soaking, they don't put temporary greens, don't put temporary tees, anything like that. They just close the course because why would you? But it's very rare. It was only closed a couple of days throughout the winter, but more due to frosts than anything because it's just unplayable. But here we are, 6th hole. Let's go. See, there's the black tee. Gives you a really different line over here because it goes right just over there and then straight over left. The green is over the top of these trees. So that black tee box changes this hole massively. You either go for it over the whole lot of everything. Bad contact, you've lost your ball. Good contact, really rewarded. Orange tees here. It's about 240. 370 yard. 365 yard, par 4. Not much breeze about. Tiniest little bit into, but barely anything. Just hopefully go over those trees. Yep, solid. Nicely in the fairway. Glorious, glorious day. Glowing sunshine. Beautiful. Didn't quite catch everything of that. So pushed a bit right, possibly a bit necky. Pushed a bit right, so probably added 20 yards to more than I wanted. But as you can see, plumb in the fairway. In the summer, I'm hitting like a 4-iron or a 3-wood aggressive on this. You can't hit a driver on that unless you're going straight for green. But pin at the front, and there's a bit of knowledge if you've never played here before. Blues are fronts, orange are middle, black are the rears for the flags on every hole. We have got about 110 yards here, so I'm going to hit a gap wedge, but this is going to be full. So hitting a full gap wedge for me. 110 yards. That's 110 yards to the front. Might hit a soft wedge. Control a wedge. Lie's good. Ball's a bit damp, but it's okay. don't want to go in that bunker on the left. Straight at the flag and a little fade off of it. Straight at the flag, little fade off of it. Perfect. Slight uphill putt. As I said, at the flag, little fade off of it. Stay to the right, don't go in that bunker because at the minute it's GUI, it's flooded because of all the storms. But that is a stinker of a bunker to be in when you're short-sided. So, perfect putt. Flags out, guys, flags out. That's the last time I say that, I promise. And repair pitch marks. Always repair pitch marks. My biggest hate is people not repairing pitch marks. A lot of people complain about divots, poor greens, and they're usually the people that don't repair pitch marks. So it's 2 seconds. Right. Tiny right to left. Uphill. Slightly wet green. It's a bit dewy as well, actually, surprisingly, but the sun's only in probably the last hour come over those trees, so good chance. Just broke off. More than I thought. A 1 foot tap in par. You can never complain. Give yourself a birdie chance. Tap in pars all day long. That's how you score. So it's a dogleg right, downhill, then back uphill, over water, over a river, par 5. So 460 yards only, but it gets very tight down there. I'll show you when we get down to the bottom. It is, get a good one off this tee, because as you can see it's completely blind. But I'll take a 3-wood off this to mean that I can't get down into the woods or in the distance. And that should be good. 2 really big 3-woods for me might get me there. Probably won't. Back to my journey with golf. The love of it. What a sport to play. I've got my friend Luke Reynolds to help me get me addicted to the sport, and boy have I been addicted. I have played a lot of rounds of golf. Working for myself, I can come out nice and early. Late, so summer I can get out here at 6:45. Playing in a 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 ball, I could be round in 3 hours. 2.5 hours to 3 hours if I'm on my own. And I can be back at home working. So I could be home by 11 working. Got the full day of work from home predominantly. I'm an insurance advisor. Some say the best out there. Probably just my mum or me says that. But yeah, let's have a look at this hole. Look, you can see now, you come over this corner, through this gap, and then down this hill. So the tee box would have been aiming over there, but the hole goes all the way over here. So I don't think I'll be making that. We into wind slightly today. I probably could have hit a driver. Well, to be fair, I could have hit a driver, but hitting a driver, you have to be unbelievably accurate. For me, for my distance, because you're talking 15-yard window to hit from 250 yards away into wind. Any shape on that, woof, off into the woods, gone. I'll probably still be hitting a 3-wood because I will probably have 240, which I can't reach in this, especially not into wind and uphill as well. I'm probably only going to go about 210 on a 3-wood in this cold and into wind and uphill. But you kind of want to just get it up there. So par 5, get it close as possible, chip and run, give yourself a good birdie chance. So yeah, this is a pretty good spot. I'm usually about 20 yards further, but yes, glorious hole, as with all of them are. So because I'm hitting a wood off this, I'm definitely going to wipe this down and clean it. I am in the fairway, just 2 yards in on the right hand side, but For me, I do hit a fade. I want to be on the right hand side. I want to be fading one up the hill. Don't change what's, you know, works. So I've got 245 yards. There is zero chance of me getting there. I possibly don't even think my driver would get there, but with this 3-wood, I'm not emphasising on getting up there. I'm kind of trying to get up there around about that oak in the middle of the fairway. Level with that. If it's past it, right result. It's off a downhill slope, so it's not the easiest shot in the world. Just a good contact only works. Should be solid. Little cutty, and a little bit necky, which is usually my miss. I do come over the top. I do know I do. I drive from the shoulders. I'll be working on that this winter, but I've been enjoying golf so much I didn't really want to change anything. Just do what I do. How's my hair looking? Looking lovely, is it? Chilly out here. Gorgeous though. Sun's out. I've only seen one other person on the course so far behind me, but there was a lot of frost this morning, so the course was closed until about 10, I think, possibly 11. There's a 1 ball behind me. I'm playing well though, so I'm keeping away from him, even with filming. So we're even par. Can't complain. Even through 6. That is good. I will take that. Can't obviously go up. I've got 40 odd yards to the green. Got to keep it low, just drive it up there, bump it into the bank and get it on. Solid shot. Worked out well. Sometimes they don't, but that one did. Bumped into the bank, killed it nicely. Only just missed the tree though, so. Worked out, but perhaps a bit lower, maybe even a 9-iron. But, as with everything in golf, I have a birdie putt. Got a chance. It's all you want in golf. Birdie chance. If you get it, great. Oh, didn't break. Should be a big left to right of that, but didn't. 1 foot tapping par. Cannot complain. So this is the 8th hole. Lovely par 3, probably the easiest par 3 on the course. But when you're playing off the blacks here, you can play up to 191, so not the easiest of easiest. They're not open because of winter. Look at the entrance to this hole, absolutely stunning. As I said, par 3s off mats. I'm just going to play a really soft 7-9. Really soft one, just control. On a land just left of the hole ideally. Leave myself an uphill putt. Can't call my shots, but the ideal is left of the flag. You don't want to go right. I did that yesterday. A bit skinny. Straight at it. Didn't intend that, but it's a good bad one. So as you can see, good bad one. Straight at it. Didn't intend it. Skinny, so landed short. Only just landed on the green. Spinny as hell because it was thin, but uphill putt. Take it. Be straight down the barrel of this one. Watch it as it comes up the hill. This is a heavily uphill putt. I would still prefer to be here than long. Long here, more so in summer. Good luck getting it to stop. Should be a pretty straight putt. More a distance putt than anything. Maybe right to left a touch. Distance putt. As we called it, distance putt, right to left slightly, but played it as pretty straight. 8-inch tap-in par, probably a 6-inch female's tap-in par. Off to the next tee, the daunting 9th. Brute, this is. Long hole, this place. So this is 446 yards. Stroke next 2. However, I can't hit a driver on this. So I, off the blacks, I'll hit a 3-wood full. Get down the hill, it's heavily downhill, then ridiculously uphill to a massive, massive green, which is shared with the 18th. But tough second shot. Tough second shot. You get a par on here, you've done well for the average golfer. Obviously, the big boys, they could drive it over the ditch off the oranges. I can't. Well, I could, but it's not worth the risk. I'd probably only carry it by 20 yards and then I'll be in the rough. What's the point? But for winter, that's the orange. This, for me, this hole plays ridiculous up here. It's lovely, like ridiculously good. This, to me, this front tee box here on the front ledge should be the oranges. That's just my opinion. Should be the oranges. Oh, and animals decided to chew that up. Oranges, blacks back here, obviously not being used, so covered in leaves. But when I turn around and look at this view, look at that for an intimidating hole. 446 yards, downhill, uphill, brute. Downhill lie to get on the uphill, brute. So this for me is, got a few shots. You can go really full send the club up in the air. I don't like doing that. Downhill hole, the elevation, the hole takes care of that elevation. So I just like running a 4-iron down there. Realistically, summer I'd be in a 7-iron because it'd be bouncing down there, but in the winter, 4-iron. Try and get it right down there, left of that ridiculously large oak tree in the fairway. You do not want to hit that. That will give you a bogey straight away, at least. It's a good one. Nicely down there, into wind, so probably not as far as I want, but further back I'll be higher up, so it's good. So I have got 214 yards playing uphill. There's 207 yards playing for 214 uphill into wind on a downhill lie. I need everything I've got of a 3-wood, I think, in this cold. Get that into wind. All I've got to do is cover the bunker green side. But you miss here as you want right as you come up to the hole. So if you miss that bunker to the right, you've got a nice chip and run on. Yep, on the right hand side of the green, I think. Out of breath walking up that hill. Landed just short on the fringe here. And tickled up. Great shot on a really hard hole. And make sure of a nothing worse than a 2-putt. Solid. Let's watch from back here, this one. Big old slope walking up that hill. I would highly recommend anyone that's kind of struggling with fitness a little bit or just gets a bit puffed out on the course. This is a trolley course, very hilly up and down. In winter though, they do ask to carry when it's wet, but when it's not wet, trolleys are fine. There is a path all the way around, but typically, with the fact it was storm, Bert, that's put it on. If there wasn't the storm, there'd be trolleys still on. So I still carry anyway because I quite enjoy it. So hope you're enjoying my bum. Right to left here. Slower putt. Leaving the flag in more so you can see it. It's a much slower putt, this one. So this is just to get it within 4 feet is my intention. And that is a terrible putt. Very short. Perhaps I left it really short because I left the flag in. Dreaded flags, eh? Just a poor putt. Poor swing. Terrible pace. They happen. It's the first of the day. Might happen again, but doesn't bother me. Let's make this one. Slight right to left. Into wind again, slightly uphill, so it is get it rolling. Oh, good putt. Lip out though. Disappointed with a 5, but only because I was on the green. If you say on that tee box, get a 5, stroking X2, not the worst. So that is the front 9. I am 1 over, 2 bogeys, 1 birdie. Overall, unbelievably pleased with that. Really, really pleased with that. Played some good golf, putted well, struck the ball really well. I've had a couple of poor strikes, but I'm not a pro. So yeah, shouldn't be too hard on yourself. Even that, 3-putted it. Don't bother me, walk on to the next. They happen. That was a distance putt. I had about 65 feet and just hit a really poor putt. One of them things. But we move on. 1 over. Would you take that before you started? Off any handicap? Yeah, of course you would. Right, let's get on to the next.